super excited to be doing a live demo of WorkTok today. Thank you for joining. Thanks for tuning in. WorkTok is certainly a labor of love. I'm Lisa Lee, one of the co-founders of WorkTok, and we're just going to take you through a quick 10-minute demo. So thanks for joining for a short 10 minutes. Share my screen here. So most of you that are tuning in probably have heard the words, "I'm turning in my resignation." And those are no words that a manager wants to hear. People quit for a lot of reasons, and it costs us a ton of money. If you just take, for example, a department or organization of, like, let's make it easy, 100 people, with an average salary of $45,000 a year and a turnover rate of 17%, which is kind of a standard for low turnover kind of industries. That turnover is actually costing $230,000 annually. And please take advantage of our turnover calculator on the WorkTok.com website. You can go out there anytime and plug in your own statistics to see how much turnover is costing you. I'm a career HR professional. As I said, my name is Lisa, and I've worked in all different kinds of industries with practically every kind of HR technology. It seems like every time that I demo something new on ways to engage employees or give them feedback or manage performance, the tools are really, most of the time, overcomplicated and overpriced. And companies really just need a tool to fill the gap when they can't be face-to-face. Of course, being face-to-face is the #1 priority if you can do it, but a lot of managers have a lot of direct reports, or they're busy on the go with clients or patients. And so it's really hard to build that rapport, and that one-to-one time connection conversation is ultimately the most important thing to avoid surprise attrition. So WorkTok has been designed to help managers from putting aside those important communications and just make sure that you're gathering feedback and also responding to that feedback. The worst thing you can do is get feedback from employees and never respond. Putting feedback as a priority, getting ahead of employee issues. These are all things that you can do with WorkTok, the app. And ultimately, the idea is to keep your most valuable asset, your people. Okay. So my professional domain expertise is, as I said, in HR and in understanding the problem here, and nobody is talking to employees enough. Until now, most HR software has been complicated, time-consuming, expensive. We're changing that. The WorkTok approach provides a simple-to-use, inexpensive phone app that allows for managers to accomplish these regular, consistent communications with a $1.99 per person per month subscription. We focus on what's important, improving those employee communications with a simple goal, since everyone's got their phone all the time, affordable text solution. And so this app can get downloaded to any mobile device, automated check-ins with two-way surveys, or what we call talks, and those hit user cell phones with a push notification. It can get introduced and implemented in minutes. That's my favorite part about it. Super, super important. I myself am a busy manager. And essentially, we're just providing easy access to the most important piece of some of those more complex software systems. Okay, so here's where we kind of show you what it looks like. Talks get pushed to employees, are designed to quickly measure how an employee's day, week, month is going, and identify really concerns for you as a manager. And WorkTok reminds us to just check in with folks on a regular basis, and you can really set it and forget it within the tool so that folks really feel like, oh, there's a cadence to this, and I'm being recognized and valued as an actual human being. I'm not being forgotten about when my manager told me I am actually going to be meeting with them and doing check-ins. But it's just simply not happening. So it allows us to do it in a convenient way. I want to show you what the app looks like from a user's standpoint or employee's perspective on a simple, affordable app. So you can see there's an opportunity to ask multiple choice questions. There is also an opportunity to ask for open-ended feedback. And we kind of think about this tool like a combination of instant messenger and survey plus calendar. You can see the employee just submitted the feedback, And that gets pushed right away to the supervisor's phone. They're going to get a notification on their phone. Let's take a look at what it looks like from a supervisor standpoint. So I log in as a supervisor. I can see that my folks' responses, and I can respond back to them when it's convenient for me. Maybe I'm walking in the bathroom. Maybe I'm walking in the parking garage. When I've got 2 minutes to respond, I can do it very quickly. But again, I'm recognizing that my employees gave me some feedback, told me how they're doing, asked me for some help, and where people need additional time, we can tell them, hey, stop by my office at this time, set up a meeting at this time. And so they're getting, you can see I was logged in as 2 different people here, and I got a push notification. You also get emails when it's time to take a talk, and those emails have a calendar attachment on them. So it reminds us, we all live and die by our calendar. So it reminds us to go out there and take the talk. So at the end there, you saw a push notification actually happening back to the employee because I was logged in as both users. But you can see there's an opportunity for both the employee and the supervisor to give direct feedback to one another via the app and read each other's comments. So talks are basically a digital dialogue. Again, love meeting face-to-face. This doesn't replace that. But in order to have great dialogue, you usually have to be prepared to ask the right questions in the manner that the employee likes to communicate, right? So we've built in there talk templates. So if you want to get started super fast, there's all kinds of templates that were personally authored by myself because I've been doing this for 20 years and I know what has worked and has driven good retention rates at different companies that I've worked with and for. And so you never have to remember to reschedule that one-on-one again. You can set the talks up to be recurring on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. And then what happens is all this feedback gets recorded in the cloud. So if you're an HR professional out there, that's a great thing, good or bad. You can query stuff like to give somebody a promotion. Let me look back at all the last 3 months talks and the feedback that the supervisor gave this person, or also for things that are not so great. Maybe you've been giving feedback to this person week over week over week, and they're not showing any improvement. This can be a great tool to use on that front. So I want to take you to the portal quickly, and the portal is accessible from WorkTok.com. And all you have to do is sign in, click this little sign in link right there. It's going to take you to a nice, easy to navigate landing page. If you want to create a talk in less than 2 minutes, all you have to do for your folks once you load in all of your users is grab one of these talk templates that we have. Just for fun, I'm going to grab one that's a general template that works for most folks. I'm going to say, I work for Leaf HR Group, check-in. We're going to make sure we haven't used that one before. I'm going to select all my employees because I want everyone to give me the feedback. We're going to start it today because I want to start getting feedback right away and having conversations with these folks. Let's make it a recurring talk on a monthly basis because I'm going to set up a different talk for every week. So every week we're going to set up a talk, but this one in particular is going to be monthly. It defaults to send email and push notifications when the talk updates. And you can see here there's preloaded questions. How are you feeling? Happy? Not so good. And the meh and not so good over here are checked with a checkbox. The reason why when you set up a talk, you check those is because those are negative responses. And so when you get the feedback, it's actually going to flag me. If I said, not really doing so great this week, it's going to flag me, turn me red. So as a supervisor, I know who to prioritize a face-to-face or phone call follow-up with. So that's meant to be really helpful. Popped in, have you met or achieved milestones since our last talk? I came up short. I'm going to flag that one. If anybody answers that they came up short, then I'm going to know I need to follow up and see how can I help as a supervisor. Tell me about a win, big or small. This is going to be an open-ended question. Are you clear on what your priorities are? If they answer no, that's going to flag for me. You can also add and delete questions pretty easily. So you can see I'm hitting the X. It's removing some questions. I can easily add in my own custom question. This is my custom question. Sorry. And again, you can make these multiple choice and add all different kinds of answers. There is no limit, but we recommend you keep it simple because this is meant to be a simple mobile app. And then you can also make it an open-ended question here. So they do get automated responses to just acknowledge the fact that they submitted something through the WorkTok tool, but the real value in this is the ability to do two-way feedback. So you'll notice that there's within the portal an option to look at feedback, but as a manager, you can also, as I showed you a couple of minutes ago with the preview of what it looks like from a supervisor standpoint, you can view all the feedback from the app. So there's no need to come in here and go take a look at the feedback in the portal. You can do it right from your phone. So if I take a look at, this is one of the talks that got submitted. One employee, it looks like, did respond to the talk. She is flagged red. If other employees had responded to this particular talk, they would be white. So it pushes Jenna to the top, it flags her red, and I can go in here, I can look at it on my phone, or I can look at it within the portal here to see what's going on with Jenna. She's always so happy. She's always on top of things. Like, I need to find out why Jenna's struggling this week. And I know I'm probably going to pick up the phone or text her, or give her a call, or set up a face-to-face one-on-one. I can send those notes through the app. That's what we encourage folks to do. So it's nice and easy and it gets done. Or you can do it while you're here in the portal. So she requires some follow-up, and I'm going to tell her that we need to schedule some time to meet. Okay. Send the notes. Great. You can also acknowledge, so it clears the red. So you're like, I saw this. I know I'm going to see her at 2 o'clock anyway today. I'll bring it up, and you can just clear the red. Okay, so that should give you an idea of how easy it is to use the actual app, as well as navigate in the portal once you're set up as a user. And you can do that from worktalk.com. We do a 30-day free trial. There's no reason not to get started today. I do think it's super important to just take a look at the difference and how we differentiate ourselves from some of these other small survey platforms that are already out there. Tiny Pulse, Office Vibe, SurveyMonkey for business. You can see we beat everybody on price. That was #1 for me. It was kind of like cheaper than a lunch for the team. You can get a whole month of WorkTok. That's $1.99 per person per month. It's two-way communication. All these other survey tools, yeah, I'm getting the feedback, and then what do? I sit on it. I sit on it for weeks. I sit on it for months. I never return any kind of action plan to my folks after they've given me feedback. That is no good. That's the absolute worst thing that you could do. It is mobile focused. We built it to be on the app. We didn't retrofit it. We have the opportunity to do customized surveys, and guess what? It's easy. And if you have trouble navigating through our get started emails as a user supervisor or company administrator, we have a very, very client-focused team that are willing to jump on a Zoom, jump on a call with you, and make sure that it's just easy for you to use all around the organization, up, down, all around. We want you to get that feedback, build a rapport, let your folks know that they have a voice. That is all about what the employee experience is of 2022 and the future of workplace enjoyment. If you want people to stay, you need to be talking to them with some regularity. And I encourage you to please go out, check out worktalk.com. We're on all the socials, connect with the team. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to talk about what you're dealing with at your workplace. But at the end of the day, instead of hearing, I'm turning in my resignation, you will start hearing, thanks for asking. That's what it's all about. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great day.